do I love thee? And if you want to read more of that, Elizabeth Barrett's Browning in your library is wonderful and free. And she would take me to Mount St. Clair where I met Rex. And back in the day, they were like singing nuns, so I was going to be the singing nun. And then her and my dad would also take me to where there was Patty and the Nightlights, and I was going to be the big drummer. So right from the word go, I was instilled with music, and my grandfather had a music store, so to get me out of their hair, I suppose, they put me in all these music rooms, and it was wonderful. It made me who I am. My father was an Indian, so I got a lot of drum and nature music, and that's why you see things like this. And when you're wondering why the scene is liberty, it is liberty, but not just liberty, justice, and peace, but liberty that we all can love one another, and the liberty of peace to one another, and the liberty that we share this beautiful, magnificent earth, and we can all unite as one within it. My father, like I said, was an Indian, and he would play the drum, and I would get that drum music, and then he would take me to powwows, and I would hear the ladies sing behind the drum, and it was like, wow. So I had two beautiful worlds. I would have the classical of Mount St. Clair and the choir and that, and Elizabeth Barrett's Browning, and then I'd have Black Lodge singers from my dad, and then he also moonlighted as Buffalo Bill and was like a hit, so I learned the spoons and I washboard and all of that. So it was really remarkable, and I wouldn't have traded it for the world. The reason that I have wrote the book, Liberty, was, I'm sure like many of you, when you find yourself an empty nester or whatever, the people that you cared for are no longer there, what do you do with your life? Well, my mother raised me with music and poetry, and my father art, and so I found myself wanting to write again, and that's when I picked up my poetry again and my music again, and I think it's the Indian within me that has always cared about the earth and our resources, and so that's what the book is about, not so much as liberty and marching and soldiers. It is that, but it's about peace and love, that we all somehow, we can learn to be one in this vast, beautiful world of ours. And I look at us like we're all one beautiful garden. That's why I keep the flowers, and that's what the symbolization of all the flowers, that we are all like a beautiful garden, each one of us a different flower, but making a magnificent, magnificent garden. I want to also teach to you or not teach, but convey that whatever you're good at is so powerful. It is your healing. It is your medicine. It is your joy. And I learned not only with poetry and music that was healing, but also art at a very young age. Remember, I don't know how many of you were here during that flood, and we got uprooted from our home and put at my grandfather's, which was a really big blessing to me because I got to be with my Uncle Dale, and the most remarkable man who taught me right from the age of probably, I think I was 5, that art and music is so powerful. And that's another reason why I do my music and my poetry. I have an invisible illness that I don't discuss, but it's going to heal in a remarkable healing. And I think that embedded in me from a young age when I watched my Uncle Dale, who couldn't do anything but this and this, and he might have been able to do this, but he couldn't walk, he couldn't do anything but move his head. And people would describe magnificent places to him. And one of those places I had on a board over here, my grandmother would put a paintbrush in his teeth, and he would paint these remarkable, majestic pictures, and never having seen them. And I'm just an ink drawer. I'm like a ink artist, a doodler, if you will. But my uncle was like an artist with his teeth, and it's just amazing. And this man had muscular dystrophy, and I can't paint like that, but he could with his teeth. And I've left that here to show you that whatever you do, whether it's scrapbooking or holding someone's hand at a nursing home or whatever you're good at, whatever it is, that is why you're here. That is your healing. That is your medicine. And I've also put my family's artwork over there too, because I want to symbolize that whatever you're good at, whatever you do, it can be a family thing. It can bring you together. It can be of love and peace and a part of your family unit, not just for your generation, but for generations to come. And right here we have my uncle, my daughter, my son, my grandson, and then my father to this. And so my point is that whatever you are, it's about love, and you can pass it on. And so I shared all this with you today to show you how I've had it. And these are other things that we do, and this is another reason why we need to protect our earth. This is a bean, if you will, and we went to Minnesota, I believe, and you can use, if we protect our earth, look at what beauty it can be. Most people just can throw things away. Well, in our family, we reuse them, and we make things out of them, and one of these things is, at a young age, I learned that you can use the bean in different things. You can use spoons, you can use all kinds of stuff, and I've left other instruments there, a rain stick, a drum, a maraca, and artwork. My son has made a board painting that's over there, and I can't say it enough that what you are and what you give to the world will be given back to you if you love. This is a song that Joanne Shenandoah. When they are home, when they are home, when they are, oh, 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 hey, oh, hey, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. When they are home, when they are home, when they are, oh, 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 hey, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm going to go ahead and pass this around so you guys can check this out. Incidentally, you can do the same with hickory nuts. If you know of any hickory trees, and there's one on 2nd Street down there by